Hey guys, it's Josh
and Taylor. Welcome back.
Don't mind my fat lip.
So. Josh has a fat lip on the top of his lip, so if you see it, ignore it. Yeah. So today what we're gonna do is I got my tea out. So we are gonna grab a drink, snack, whatever. We're gonna do like a little story time for you guys about Josh proposing to me. In case you haven't seen the ring, we can also insert other footage of it that's a little bit closer here in a minute. So we're gonna do a little tea time. We're not spilling any tea because there's not really any tea to spill, but we're gonna tell you our story and sip the tea, if that makes sense.
Tea time.
Tea time with Taylor and Josh. So anyway, I will let you start because this is mostly you, and then throughout the video, probably more towards the end, I'll kind of give you guys my perspective, like if I knew it was coming, what my thoughts were, if I saw any like hints or warning signs of like where I thought I was gonna get proposed to and stuff like that. So we'll start with Josh and tables all yours, babe.
Before I get into it, please like this video if you want some more teas or
tea time.
Yeah. But anyways.
Also, if you guys could please comment down below different questions for us. We plan on doing a Q&A where our subscribers ask us questions. So you guys can leave as many questions as you want down in the description box and we will answer them. And I think that would be a fun video. Yep. You guys can ask us whatever you want, free range. So comment down below. It can be more than one. All right, so I will give the floor to you and you can explain.
All right, so this was, I would say, early 2020, right? I think so. Actually, no.
I don't know.
Anyways, so I talked to Taylor's dad, and I thought was not going to be on board for a minute, because, I don't know.
Did he scare you?
A little bit, but I like him, he's cool, he's laid back. But he gave me the go-ahead, and he just said, well, don't hurt my daughter or I'll shoot you. So I said, okay. But so he was cool with it, talking to him. I did leave her, like, tell her mom, you know, and leave her some words about, like, hey, I'm going to do it here or maybe here. She said, okay, and she was cool with it. And so we were originally going to do it in Aruba, but that's when the outbreak of COVID came out and everything started shutting down, so.
We were supposed to go to Aruba in June of 2020.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give you guys a reference. I don't remember what week, but June of 2020 we were supposed to go to Aruba.
Yeah, so then hear about like that going on, next thing you know, that shut down, so I was like, okay, crap. So we just all sat down, try to think of a new vacation to go to, knowing she has like no idea what's going on, but me and her parents do, and her grandma's going, her sister, so they all had the insight what's going on, because one's gonna record like a video or a picture, and then they're gonna help me like put the rings on the plane, because like we're going through an airport, they're gonna have to make me take my stuff off, and even if it's in a bag, you know, she's kind of nosy, so she'll snoop around. So I gave everything to her parents, but we actually thought about going to Arizona. That was the next one, I think Phoenix.
Yeah, we did book Phoenix later in 2020.
Yeah.
I don't remember what month, but long story short, with COVID, that also did not happen.
So there's 2 places down.
2 failed attempts that I had no idea about.
So the very last one, Plan C, came to me just, you know what, we're going to a pumpkin patch. We always go here, and we're like, you know what, I'm just going to do it here, because it's in Ohio, so that's where we're from. We're just like, you know what, everywhere we go, it's getting canceled, so we're just going to do just go into a pumpkin patch. So even though it's not the greatest place, but it's somewhere where you can go back and have like a memory, just like, hey, this is where we got engaged.
I also think a side note about us as a couple is October's really meaningful for us. Halloween's both of our favorite holidays, and we also started dating in October, and we just like fall. So that's like a really significant month for Josh and I, just by itself. We love October. And so for you to have done it then, it was nice.
Yeah. I mean, looking back at it now, it's like it
wouldn't have mattered where he did it. All that matters is that I'm with you. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so we did go to a pumpkin patch near us on our 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
With Josh's cousin and her significant other at the time. And
well, first I told them so they had insight, because if all our parents would have gone, then she would have like a thought like, okay, what's going on? You know, like, why is like everyone here? So that's why I invited them, because I mean, prior they were hanging out with us, they were helping us with like a Halloween party we were doing at our house. And so we were like, hey, you guys want to go to the pumpkin patch? Well, while Taylor was in the restroom, we were doing something, and I gave them the insight like, hey, just so you know, this is going to happen. I need you guys to record this. And they're like, okay, yeah, that's cool. So we go to the pumpkin patch. Everything's going fine. And we literally found a spot where I was going to do it. She had no idea. And I dropped on my knee. I asked her, and thinking of back now, it's just like I messed up, because my cousin didn't record. She messed that up, because this was the indication to start recording if I play with my ear. And I did that multiple times, giving her a hint, but she's in the background arguing with them. So, like, her significant other. So while they're arguing, I'm trying to tell them, hey.
The signal.
Yeah. But without letting her know something's like gonna happen. So I'm like, hey, trying to be all quiet, you know, trying to tell them, but they're not listening, arguing over a pumpkin. So while that's going on, I'm just like, oh boy. And then I jump on my knee, about to tell her like all this like stuff, like how much I love her, and my mind just goes blank, because I put so much thought and effort of trying to do like
actually planning on
where to do it, how to do it. I was doing so much research to like
figure out where
do all that, and I just never thought of like actually writing down or saying something
what
in my
I
head.
was gonna say when the moment came.
What I want to say. So literally the moment of, I just blanked out. It was kind of like embarrassing, because like I had it all planned out, because like, okay, step A, that went down the crap, B went down the crap, and then C was like, okay, last minute, I'm gonna do it. Think of how I'm gonna do it, where to do it, who's gonna record, communication, and then it just hit me. Right when I did it, I was like, oh boy, what am I gonna say? So I kind of like blanked out for a minute. I just looked at her, she looked at me smiling, I said, I love you. Do you want to marry me? And so that was funny.
I said yes,
but
obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, after that, we were still there, just gonna go like eat and stuff, and then I like sat down and told her like, hey, and this is why, like, I love you, and I gave her like a good 15 to 20 minute like lecture of how much I really love her, and
well,
I felt embarrassed. But
he came up to me after I had said yes. I was like crying, and obviously looking at my ring like nonstop. I wasn't used to having a ring, and you just came up to me and you're like, hey, I think I messed up. I was like, wait, what? Like, why? Thinking you were talking about the ring, like asking me in general. I was like, what do you mean you messed up? And you're like, no, like I should have said more. And I was like, oh yeah. What else did you want to tell me? So it was good.
Yeah, so we sat down, ate corn and
whatever else.
Yeah, like hot dogs and a Coke or something. And I just told her.
Yeah, I think it was exciting. So Josh did ask me on our 2-year anniversary. So October 18th of 2020, he asked me. So that was really special, I think. Yeah. But from my perspective, which is kind of flipped, he didn't know any of this. I forget why, but I had gotten my nails done. Oh, okay, let me back up. I have always told Josh if he's gonna ask me to marry him, I wanted my nails done. I did not want to have nails like this for like the beautiful ring picture. Yeah, that's something like I had always wanted. Didn't care about what I was wearing, didn't care about nothing else. I just wanted to make sure my nails were done for whenever he asked me.
Before that, she was mad. Like, she told me, do not ask me to marry you if my fingernails are not done. So I was like, Okay.
That was my one.
That was like in 2019 she told me that though. So I kept that back in my mind.
Yeah, so that was just something that I personally did not want because I don't know. I think the pictures look a lot better with your nails done. And like I said, we'll insert the pictures that we took that day. So I had been getting my nails done prior to our 2 years, prior to all of that, for like a little bit. I kind of go on little spurts. I'll get them done for a little bit, then I'll stop, and then I'll get them done. But this was one of my spurts where I was. And I had just gotten them done, and like 2 days or a day before our 2-year anniversary, I think I had 1 or 2 break.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was 1 or 2, but like 2 of them broke.
It was 2, your thumb and your middle finger, I think.
Yeah, and so like I never break my nails, so I was like really pissed about it because you pay a decent amount of money to get them done. Yeah. And so I was like kind of debating, should I get them redone or should I just take them off, sort of thing. And like I was talking to Josh like a couple days before our 2-year anniversary, like in the bathroom, like I'm half tempted to rip them off and just not go back. Like I already broke 2 of them, but in his head he's probably thinking, no, you need them done. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you to marry me. I didn't, really think much of it, but then he was like, hey, we're gonna get pictures done for our 2 years. It'd look nice if you had your nails done, like you should get them done. Mm-hmm. So I did. I went and I got them done, and I kind of thought like maybe, but then I was like, I don't want to think too much into it because if he doesn't ask me to marry him, then I don't want to be like mad, Mm-hmm. And then there was 2 other instances that I kind of thought maybe he was gonna ask. His mom had came over, I don't know, a couple weeks before we were planning on going out for our 2 years, and she was like asking what we were gonna do. And so, we told her, hey, we were gonna go to like this pumpkin patch, blah, blah, blah. And she made a comment, and I don't think it was intentional, but she made a comment, something like, who's all going, or who's coming with you? And kind of me being me, because at the time we hadn't asked his cousin and her boyfriend at the time. I was kind of like, why does in my own head I'm kind of thinking, why does anybody else need to go? It's our 2 years, like why wouldn't we just spend it together, sort of thing. So that kind of made me think, but I didn't really want to expect it or get my hopes up and then be disappointed.
Yeah.
And then the last one was I was riding in the car with my mom and grandma, and of all people to say something like this to, like your mom, you think would react a certain way, if that makes sense, if they don't know. And so I had said like, hey mom, like I think Josh is gonna propose. And I kind of expected her to be like, what? Oh my gosh, like why do you think that? When? Like freaking out because like her daughter's about to get married. Her first daughter's about to get married. Mm-hmm. But instead, she was just kind of like, oh, really? Like, why do you think that? When do you think it's going to happen? And I was just kind of like telling her, like, my responses to those questions, but also in the back of my head thinking, why aren't you more excited? You seem a little suspicious. And then my mom would be like, oh, let your grandma know what you told me. And so then, like, I told my grandma, like, oh, I think Josh is going to propose. And my grandma was just like, oh, really? And I was just kind of like, you 2 are up to something. You guys know something that I don't. So I did have an inkling. I didn't know where. I mean, I knew what we were doing on our 2 years, but we went to dinner, we went to pumpkin patch, we came back here and carved pumpkins, stuff like that. So we were doing multiple things in that day. So I didn't know when or where, but I also in the back of my head didn't want to think it was going to happen in case it didn't, because that would be embarrassing and I didn't want to be butthurt, you didn't propose. So yeah, that's pretty much the story of how we got engaged. So yeah, so that was basically my side of the experience, I guess you should say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, overall, to me, it was good. It went decent.
I was so over the moon about it.
Yeah. And I mean, it was fun.
I loved the ring, and I wouldn't change it. I know you said you booked, you were planning on doing Aruba, and then Aruba.
Yeah, matter of fact, in Aruba, it would have been at the beach, all nice, and her sister or mom would record it or something. And then once that like couldn't happen, we went to like Arizona. Thought of ideas for that. I was gonna do it like on the rocks or something like that, you know. But since that didn't happen, then my last plan was like really thinking like, okay, where can I do it? Where can we take like a little mini vacation or somewhere, you know? But nothing came to me. I'm like, okay, well, what are we doing? Yeah, because COVID. So I'm like, what can we do? And then we planned on going to the pumpkin patch. I'm like, you know what? That might be a good idea. So we're already going there. She probably at least expect it there. And I'm like, let's go do it. So we did it. And I was like, the moment of, I was like, oh boy, it's hitting me.
It's
so I was like, oh wow. But no, about the argument, that was funny because I was literally giving them the indication and they finally caught on, but we actually have a video of it, of like a redo, because we had, like, they recorded it, but it was like really shaky. It was last minute when I was already on the knee when she said yes. So we have a redo, so I literally had to redo marrying or asking Taylor to marry me. So I had to like put the ring away, like she wasn't looking, and do all that, get on a knee, ask her, and
to get the good video and pictures.
Yeah, so.
I also think that's something a lot of people have to do.
Yeah, it was embarrassing with a lot of people, and I literally dropped on a knee, looked stupid doing this for like 20 minutes, and they're not looking, and they're arguing about a pumpkin in the background, and as I'm doing it, they're screaming, throwing their phone out, trying to record, and then I had to redo it. I'm like, oh, but
it's okay.
It worked out.
Yeah, so fine. If you do, we'll insert pictures in the video. It might be the redo, it might be the real one. But even if it is the redo, it's okay. I think, like I said, a lot of people do that to get the right shot, the right angle, the right, oh my god,
the mess ups.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I wouldn't have changed it.
Also, her ring was about $5,000 with the band and everything, and the insurance. Please, when you do get a ring, it sounds crazy, but get the insurance because it's gonna last a long time. Because she's had this ring for a year now.
Next month, 2 months, it'll be
a year. Okay, so 2 more months, it'll be a year, and within, like, not even a whole year yet, within just that, it's been acting up a little bit. Like, some of her diamonds would keep falling out. Like, I would say probably 5 in the last couple months, like,
between
fell out.
March and now.
Yeah, and then she had to just keep going back to like Jared's and re-putting them in. But with the
show you close up.
Show you.
It's fixed right now.
But with like the warranty and stuff and getting that, it actually helps because if that falls out, you can just take it back, they'll clean it, re-put a new one in for free. Yeah, so that was nice.
Definitely recommend, because when your first stone falls out of your wedding ring, you shit yourself and you don't want to tell your partner because you don't want them to be mad at you. But since we had insurance, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I didn't intentionally have them fall out. They just kind of do, which it's gonna happen at some point. So
yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please
subscribe,
like
this
and
video.
Comment. Yeah, please definitely leave comments. Like I said, questions that you want to ask us. If there's things you want to know about us, things you want to know about our life, or
want us to do
video suggestions.
Yeah.
But definitely questions, because I wanted to answer our subscribers' questions. So free range to ask whatever. Obviously, we're still new, so I'm
trying to grow.
Yeah,
so
we're trying to grow.
Please share us, tell your friends, just give us some support.
Yeah, we also want you guys to feel like you know us too. It's you know, we don't want to feel like just random people you watch. So we want to be engaged with you guys, so answering your questions and yeah. That way you guys kind of feel like we're friends, because that's how I feel. But yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Peace.